right, we are live. Welcome everyone to the Reptile Show Reporter. It is now, I gotta get myself organized here. This has been a crazy day. Gonna be a crazy week. It's Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, Daylight Standard Time, and 5 p.m. on the West. Daylight Savings Time, I guess. Yes, not standard time. But welcome, adventures. I'm your guide, Sean McZoo, and this is the Reptile Show Reporter. Tonight we're discussing my painting that I got from the Taylor Reptile Show. That I what do you call that? I commissioned her to draw it, and we might have some friends from there as well on the way. All right, so I'm not. Okay, so all right, let's hit the music and let's do the dancing, I guess. All right, that was really fast. All right, okay, there are the dogs barking in the back. So I know my wife accomplished the dog walk. Usually she walks them in the backyard around this hill, and so it's a little dangerous there. And I don't know how dangerous it really is, but there you go. All right, Bill. So let's see. Any announcements?
I just know that Yvette would really like Eliza. No, I'm doing great. Life is good, and nothing to announce.
Did I actually announce who you were? Bill Strand, the headmaster of the Chameleon Academy. My co-host is here again today. I don't know if I did, but anyways, okay. Today we're talking about the Taylor, Michigan show, and which is the Michigan Reptile Expo. It's the original one that I went to in Michigan, the first one, and the actual piece of art that was commissioned by me and was painted by Michelle Maddox, by Art by Michelle. And I'm sure her husband, Daryl, at least he helped me carry it to the car. So it's a 3 foot by 4 foot painting. It's really awesome. It's got all kinds of stuff in it. It was part of the thing. And we may have a guest on. The guy told me he was going to be here, but I won't shout him out because he's not here yet. So that's not cool to shout someone out who hasn't gotten here yet. So okay, let's see. Any other announcements? Just that. Oh wow, we have 12 comments. So let's go to that first. Holy mackerel! So Turtle Tom did the OH and I did the IO even before the show started. So I guess we'll put him on here with his daughter. Paige, where is that? Tom. I put him in alphabetical order for a reason. There's his daughter Paige in the background. They're sitting in front of the sign at the Medina Reptile Show in Cleveland. And let's see. I do have a picture for him. It's not a positive picture in the sense of fully positive, but it is hingeback tortoises there. Which is his favorite type of tortoise and the tortoises he raises. I don't know if those are there's multiple hingeback tortoises. They're from Africa, but I don't know what that is. And I'm sure those are imports. So he wouldn't be really pleased with that, but we'll go from there. Chameleon Academy, CA, LIFORNA. I don't even know what to say, Bill. It's just too long, I
just representing.
All right, so the DIY Chameleon guys here. What a great intro to this morning's show. I didn't even watch the show. I watched the intro because I didn't have time, but I had to watch the intro because everyone was talking about it. So there's all that talk about it. I have to get a better picture of him at this point. Maybe I'll take a snap from that show or what have you. But
sure.
There's James Cross, known as a DIY Chameleon guy. So there you go. He's teaching us everything. He's got all kinds of people talking about how to build it. So he's now Bob the Builder, I guess. So can we fix it? And whatever that other, what was that, Manny or whatever his name, Handy Mandy?
I never saw that show. I knew it existed, of course.
He's the guy from NCIS. My wife keeps every time we see NCIS, he says, I can't get the Handy Mandy out of my head that he was at some point along the way. But anyways. All right, so James is here. Eliza? All right.
Yay!
There's Eliza. All right. And all right. So let's see. Who else is here? I'm being distracted by all kinds of different things.
Oh, well,
Jane,
Nate is here.
Stephanie Payne is here.
Nate, Kiki.
Yes, Stephanie is here. And I did something wrong. There we go. Nate is here. And anyone else, Bill, that we see here? Nate, Eliza, they're all over this talking about different things.
They're all just hanging out doing what we do.
I guess we don't even need to be here. We just need to have the show. So
Background
they
noise.
can, all right. I did the wrong thing. I put his comment up instead of his down his picture. So there we go. All right. So Tom, what do you think of those hingebacks? Those they didn't look so good. I don't know. I'm not 100% good on what have you, but there you are. I'm way behind on the chat, and I'm supposed to be talking on a live show, and there you go. So,
Well,
okay,
sometimes you just got to take time and read the chat.
there you go.
That's every time I do a live, I get so behind on the chat, and I end up going, "Oh my goodness, I have like 3 pages."
I do have some sad news. Cheryl Garcia, who known to both of us, has been on Bill's podcast, but is out here in Ohio and in the Michigan shows. Her husband passed, and but I did get to see her for the first time that she was out. There she is. Let's see. There she is. She's the person in the middle being hugged there. So there she is actually at the Taylor show, her first show back after the passing of her husband. So we wish her condolences and a speedy return to normalness. I guess there's really no way. I mean, she was married 28 years. So that's not a speedy thing, but it's good to see her back is what I mostly want to say. And it was great to talk to her. I talked to her like 20 minutes at the show. So here's the Taylor show. This is where it's at in the Taylor Town Center, and the piece of art I commissioned was art by Michelle. She is very reasonable, and she's an incredible artist. Here is Michelle behind there, and I think here, let's see, there's the next one. Her husband right there, Daryl, who helped, and there's actually my painting in the foreground. Not a great picture.
I think I'm not seeing. I'm still.
What are you seeing? And he's gone. So okay. So we lost Bill here. So or do we lose me? I don't know who we lost. Am I no longer online? I don't know who's online. Okay, I guess we lost Bill. And we have 2 Bills. So Bill. So we lost you. I was worried we lost me, but I guess we lost you. That's what happened. It was like the lights went out in the lizard cage. I'm like, oh no, power went out. But
remind you to appreciate me because I could disappear at any moment.
I guess I'm gonna get. You're still on. You're
I don't know if I got cut off on my end or your end.
You're still here on the line. I have 2 Bill Strands, and there we go. That one's gone. Okay. All right. So there's the comments.
Illuminati.
The comments. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know if there's anything crazy going to happen. Hey, Mikey Ben is here. So there you go. All right. And it's been he's been here a while. So let's get his picture up here a little bit. Mikey Ben. And the Canadians there. There he is.
Oh, hanging out with Canadians.
There's actually his picture otherwise. So he gets 2 pictures, and I don't know why, because he's late. That's not the best plan. We're going to figure that one out for the next time. So all right. So
Canadians.
So I actually commissioned this piece of art a while ago, several months ago, and I think if I'd have left it with her, she'd have just kept putting stuff on it, because every time I saw it again, it had something new. The elephant in the middle wasn't even part of the original plan, it was added later on, but it is a really cool thing. So I'm going to, let's see what I can do to, I actually have it here in the room, so I'm going to turn my screen. I'm going to put you down, Bill. Wait a minute, you still need to be able to talk. I need to leave you there. So I'm just going to turn my screen, and it's going to be really small this way. There's the piece of art right there.
You should be able to bring up do you have a photo of it, like a JPEG?
I have multiple photos of it, but yes, but that's just in real life. That's how big it is. I'm gonna put my hand up here.
Wow,
This is
okay.
it's 3 foot. That I can't even reach it here. Able to touch it, but there we are. So there it is. It's incredible. I can't really believe how incredible it is in person. You got to really see it in person. I had a bunch of pictures before, and let's see. So this is the full picture here. It doesn't. I couldn't get far enough away to actually take the whole photo. So you can recognize some animals. The original theme was the ones on the left were supposed to be the Western Hemisphere animals, and the ones on the right are supposed to be things in the Eastern Hemisphere. But I don't really know if we stuck to that after what happened. But you see a boa on the tree and a GT. I think I don't know if that's a green tree python or what that is there.
On the left, that is an Amazon basin emerald tree boa.
There you go, an emerald tree boa.
HCI.
There we go. These things, iguana on the bottom there, and there's a lot of stuff on the bottom you can't see really well from this. Obviously, they're on the right side is an elephant. There is other snakes on the right in the tree. There's
James is saying I had to look all over to find the chameleon. Is there a chameleon in there besides your logo?
That, I don't think I asked her to put chameleons in there. And I'm like, why the hell wouldn't I have done that? But I don't actually see anything besides my logo. So, they would have been very small compared to this. Let's see.
He says, man, I had to look all over to find a chameleon. You actually found one?
He found my logo there. That's all I saw.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there's
I'm
your
like looking
logo.
at the actual painting myself right now. And I actually forgot there's a on the right end. Well, let's look at the closer pictures. Let's start with that. Let's start at the upper left hand corner. That's that's not the upper left hand corner. That's I didn't put these in order. Let's see. All right, we'll just talk about it. This one right here is the one with the elephant. That's really the only focus is on the elephant there. The elephant, she actually painted it twice. It was a little smaller, and I said I wish I would have painted it bigger, and she actually painted it bigger for me at no extra cost. I mean, this person is incredible, and the quality. So there's the left lower side. So you can see the iguana, the boa, the frogs, the two frogs,
tree frog, and a Dendrobates azurius.
Right, and what else can you see there? I'm trying to see. Is there anything else in that area? There's a rainbow boa on the very bottom in the middle, but I don't think you can see that one yet. So we'll move on to the next photo and see what the photo is. This one is kind of the middle with the elephant is over a little bit to the right, so you can see the green tree monitor. The I don't remember what the red and the blue. I recognize a lizard.
That's an agama, I think.
Yes, and then there's a frilled dragon there. There's a tortoise of uncertain. I don't really. Maybe it was a snap. Maybe it's a snapping tortoise.
Red-headed agama.
Right. The snake that's visible there is a rainbow boa, and what have you. It's really cool stuff. This is just great. And let's see. This is a little further to the right, and you can see the other two snakes that are there. You can see the leopard gecko in the right lower corner. And let's see. That's the upper right with my logo, which is the only chameleon. But that's actually 3 chameleons, Bill, because it's
Oh,
made up of
no,
3 chameleons. It's got the
you're Frankenstein.
it's my Frankenstein. Well, I mean, I Frankenstein the best 3 chameleons: the Jackson chameleon, a
Johnston's
quadricornis chameleon,
quad.
and a what do you call it? A John Stoney together to create a
Yes.
logo. So, I mean, what more? I mean, that would be a perfect chameleon, Bill. If you made it a South African chameleon, so it could tolerate all kinds of temperatures,
That would be
that would be
perfect.
the perfect chameleon. So there you go. So it doesn't, by the looks, you can't tell where it's from. So there you go.
All
But
right. All right.
all right, there is the upper left-hand corner that I was looking for earlier. I don't see anything else. I'm gonna have to send it back to her and tell her to paint a chameleon on there.
Send you a
Actually,
sticker.
I want to get a I would like to get I was talking to her about painting a picture of Star Lord or multiple pictures of Star Lord since he passed, and I was about just talking about that, but or that there was some walking sticks there at the Taylor Center, and I was like, maybe we could do a walking stick with Star Lord on it, but anyways, but that I want to get a print of this thing, and because I don't want just one of them. I can't decide whether to take it into my office at work or leave it here. And
Uh-huh.
I got one vote to take it there, and I've got a bunch of people at work that want to see it, but I've got a little tiny car that I can't even fit it in because it's the toy car that I've been driving. That used to be my son's because I gave I didn't give, I loaned my parents my one van that I usually use, and and Jen wants it to stay here, so that's a whole bunch of votes. So you just gotta have to think about it that way. But anyways, let's go back to the comments and see what's going on.
Well, what
Holy
inspired you?
smokes, Sean!
What inspired you to commission a general animals of the world painting?
I had a wall. We moved at work to a different building, and my office moved. And there's just a wall that had a 3 foot by 4 foot spot with nothing on it. And I was like, man, I should have someone paint a painting for that. And it just blossomed from there. I started talking to Michelle at the Taylor show, or she's been at a bunch of different shows, but the Taylor is her closest show. And I started talking to her about it, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it. I love this idea." And the amount of money that she charged was insane. How low it was. So and I've told her that, but I actually paid her more than she asked. But it was incredible. That's every bit of a $500 to $1,000 painting, but I didn't pay that much for it. So there you go. But it's incredible. But she's never painted something quite this big. Hey, wait, man, Yvette's here. Okay. We'll do this. She's never painted something quite this big. And so she gave me quite the discount for it. So there you go. There's Yvette and the puppies. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see what other comments we got going on there. Oh, it's still the same. All right. So, but yes, I went to the Taylor show. We got there awful late. We didn't get running early, and it's 2.5 hours away, and it ended up being 3 hours because of traffic. And I think the show's over at 4. We pulled in at like 2:45. So it wasn't, but it was still busy. It was a great, it was a good show, and I saw a lot of people that one guy had a monkey that was there. He had a capuchin monkey. I took pictures. I don't have them up to do this on this, but it wasn't for sale. It was just anything. It was just, and he was like, "Hey, take the picture quick because as soon as he figures out you're trying to take his picture, he'll hide." And I'm like, "Nah." Boom. Yeah, I took 10 pictures of him to really get the monkey smiling. But there's all kinds of different things there, and there were a bunch of vendors that I had seen a couple weeks earlier, and the one that said he'd be here, but he's not. So I'll have to. I didn't look at Instagram to see what happened with that, but there's probably a reason why. But anyways, let's see. Yes, it is a really beautiful painting. So what I'm trying to figure out, I'm going to have to ask Michelle, how do you make a print of something? Or I'll have to reach out to Adeline because she's got a lot of prints of her paintings, and I don't know how they make the prints. And Bill, you have any idea how you make a print of a painting? No. Okay. So
I got people to know that for me.
yeah, I've got people. I haven't talked to them yet. So, but I'll make a print and I'm going to take one in, and I don't know which one I'm going to keep at home and which one I'm going to take in because, work's a secure location, so no one will be able to take it. But home is, home. So I don't know. But anyways, let's see. What do we got on the? All right. So let's talk about the Taylor show as we talk about all the other shows.
Okay.
The cost for parking, Bill. What do you guess what it was?
Probably zero. They probably gave you a $2 bill to come to their show because it's
Maybe
Ohio
not,
and people are friendly.
But yeah, it's Michigan. But
Okay.
but Michigan, Ohio people in Michigan is not considered really good. Michigan's got a whole lot of we won't even talk about it. But there's something that's legal there that you can smell it everywhere. But the cost for parking was nothing. I just had to park. The getting in cost was $6.
All right, sounds about right.
The facility we've seen it before multiple times. It's really good. It's next to a what's kind of like a flea market that's ongoing. It's a Taylor Town Trade Center, but it's an ongoing flea market with a part of it that's set off at a side. It has multiple different a venue that has multiple different people there. What free parking? Yes.
Yeah.
Nate is reminding me that marijuana is also legal here in Ohio, but it hasn't been that long apparently, and there's all kinds of signs on the way in to tell you how to get your stuff there. But anyways,
all right. So how?
And there's my wife in the background saying it really smells nasty when you drive into Michigan. But there you go. Okay, the facility is great. The booths are standard 4x8 tables. They don't have anything to divide the tables up or to separate them from anything else, so you could look across the whole thing and see everything. So, and this is where I met Michelle. And actually, Michelle has been on the podcast. So I don't remember what podcast they were, but they were Michelle and her husband Daryl have both been on. We're both together on the podcast a few podcasts ago. I could look it up, but
Chris Green showed up.
Chris Green is here.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We can't talk about him when we're talking about the Taylor show.
Oh, okay.
That's an inside. I don't know if it's a joke or whatever, but but he actually was a vendor at the Taylor show at one point. So
now remember, there is one show that we can't talk about.
Well, that's the Taylor show. So
we're talking about the Taylor show that we can't talk about.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? I think that was just a big misunderstanding because Chris said nothing ever came of that. So because Chris has got a different show and they're not related or they're completely unrelated. There's nothing between the two shows. The only thing they have in common is that Chris was once a vendor at the Taylor, Michigan show. He has a different Michigan show. He's had 2 or 3 of them. I think 3. I was at the third one a couple weeks ago. But those two should not be any, and the woman who did this sailing show and was on the Sailing Michigan and was on the podcast for her show and was on the live show. She was at the Taylor show. She vends there. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know what the politics are, and I'm not going to get into it, and I'm not going to deal with it. So it's just that's the way it is. So, all right.
Everybody loves a good internet mob.
Yeah, Chris doesn't want any troubles, right? And I don't want Chris to have any troubles, but he's a good guy. And anyways, so let's see. What else should we talk about, Bill? I was expecting.
We want to know what's at the show. We need to know if there's chameleons or any other lesser.
Yes, the chameleon, the guy that has chameleons was the guy that was going to be on here.
Oh, well.
I'm going to rat him out. I thought he was going to be on here. I'm sure something happened. I probably should just go on it. Let me check real quick on Instagram. Go ahead and talk about something else. And
all right. Well, I mean, yeah, Instagram. It's interesting with these shows where you have only one, you have like one person who's got chameleons. It's like,
But
One person's got everything.
there were some veils that were like $10 or something like that. They were tiny little veils. They were way younger than they should be. So I don't know why that was there. And those were not at bad. This person that I had invited. Hey, there's one chat. Where the heck is that? So I've got a couple of. I was gonna say a couple personalities, but a couple of.
That's right. Mikey
I
Ben's
maybe
got
do
it.
that
Sounds like
too,
Game of
but
Thrones.
we shouldn't be talking about that online. People,
Elkhorn's Exotics
oh,
has some really great chameleons.
he said he's looking forward to trying to join tonight. I'll be at a shift somewhere. It does say, but I'm hoping to leave early, but it's just free. He's asking if it's just freestyle, but it's freestyle. But we'll give him some time to join. Maybe he'll get out of work early enough to do it. But he
Well,
actually
he comes while we're still going. We put him on.
Yeah, Elkhorn is the name of the Elkhorn Exotics. Is his name of his company. He's got Panther chameleons, both in Banja and Ambelobe, and he's got a lot of other things that he had. He's been at several reptile shows. I won't mention which ones, but
Okay.
because I get into trouble. I don't know why that.
What is it with you in trouble?
It's the same trouble. He's been at 2 different Michigan shows, and I don't want to rat anybody out here. So there we go.
The same trouble.
It's rough out here being a promoter in Michigan. But we're talking about Taylor today, Chris, so we shouldn't talk to you at all. There we go. I mean, that's not really what I was meant. I never even announced that we're talking about it, but we have talked about it. So that'll be that. So no valet parking. I saw that. Politics valet, right? Exactly. And all right, so standard tables, it's a monthly schedule. All the Michigan shows that I know of are monthly. Now, one of them, the sailing show, actually switched from one location to another, and so ended up not being. And then it's actually at back at the other place sometimes as well. So right below, we looking for bugs. Okay. Jen came by and looking for bugs, and I moved them into the shade. So they're hard for her to see. But
anyway. So are the Michigan shows doing the monthly thing that the Ohio shows do?
Absolutely.
So that's like the states around do that kind of thing?
I don't know. I mean, Pennsylvania has a bunch of weekly shows or monthly shows, and a couple regional shows that are the mega show is twice a year. That's a Pittsburgh show, the mega show. They have I haven't been to Eastern Pennsylvania is like a lifetime away. I mean, Pennsylvania should really be 2 states. Western Pennsylvania, Eastern Pennsylvania should be divided in half, just like California should probably have been 2 states, but or 3. I didn't say
probably 3.
But yes, but Philadelphia and Pittsburgh are just opposite ends of the world, but Philadelphia is Eastern Pennsylvania. So I haven't been to those shows. Those shows are some of them are quarterly, some of them are every month. Indiana has a lot of monthly shows, which is west of Ohio. Kentucky, which is south of Ohio, has a lot of monthly shows. I guess most of the Ohio shows are monthly. North of Ohio, the whole center, Michigan is north, and west is Indiana. Illinois has shows, Tinley and what have you, and Schaumburg. Schaumburg is twice here now, I think, but
I'm just interested in this dynamic that seems to be that seems to be because over here, I just wonder what would happen if we did monthly shows here in California. And what's stopping us from doing that? Probably the cost of it. And so,
well, for goodness sakes, your shows cost more than one show costs more than every month.
Well, that's true. Yeah, it's really expensive.
More to park than I pay yearly for shows.
Yeah. So maybe that's why, because we've got to go big or just go home here.
Are there no venues like a
there could be community centers and such, but let me tell you, those community centers are expensive as well.
But are there venues like the the VFW or other venues like that, or UAW Hall or something
There
like
are,
that.
I mean, and
Small.
there have been some
Mhm,
small shows. There have been some micro shows going on, like a business will put it on. Verdant Vivarium sometimes puts on a micro show here in Fountain Valley, but yeah, we don't have anything in between, and it's probably just because of the cost.
mhm,
To it's expensive.
mhm. Sure. Wow. Okay. I'm watching the chat as well as listening to you. But all right. So yes, Elkhorn does have some awesome chameleons, but they also have some other stuff. He actually asked me if I wanted. There were he had a couple of little tiny um lizard type creatures that I don't even remember the type. It was in a and he wanted to sell the whole aquarium and everything like it. So there we go. Um And yes, once again, Two Turtle Tom has the
He
dirt on
has the
everything.
history. He
Um,
has the deets.
yes, created the model in Columbus. It moved up to Cleveland, and those two shows are still around. The Cleveland shows moved such is from UAW in Cleveland on the west side down to Medina, which is a west side suburb of actually it's actually not a suburb of Cleveland, but it's actually close to Cleveland. So it's actually a suburb south, but one county south, not a Cuyahoga County, but not that it matters. Um, and I have not been to the Rock and Reptile show in Washington, PA. Actually, I've been, the mega show is in the Washington type area. That's the Pittsburgh area. It's a suburb of Pittsburgh. So, but but I haven't been to that one. I'll have to figure that one out. Thanks, Nate, for letting me know. Is it a good one? I mean, is it a tiny little thing or is it a good one? Is it worth? I mean, it's 2 hours, 2.5 hours away. So let me know. All right. So Tom is saying all these shows are rinky dink compared with the super shows of Southern California. All right. So
Yeah, we got people who come from across from the East Coast and just come
But
there.
the Illinois show in Chicago, which is the Tinley show and the Schaumburg show.
Yeah,
I didn't. The Schaumburg show was last weekend. I didn't go to it. I decided to go up Taylor and grab my painting, but but yeah, that's a really big. Those are two big shows, and that they draw across the country. So I think we just need a cross country show to draw either in Eastern Ohio or Western Pennsylvania that can draw. But the mega show does draw from multiple states over there in Pittsburgh. So we just need one in Cleveland, I guess. So, but then we'd be competing with the other show that I don't want to compete with. So, all right, what else, Bill?
Well, so this is, would you say it's comparable to the ones you've talked about before in the Ohio? The basic, you have the same vendors that come every month. You go in, you get your
Yeah,
feeder, you talk to people.
yeah, comparable in that way. Yes, there's a bunch of people that I've met. Actually, I have put 3, 4, 5 people, I think, on the podcast or live shows from the Taylor show. It was
Okay.
the first show I went to in Michigan many moons ago, about a year and a half ago or whatever. And I got a whole bunch of people on here. So, um, uh, the who else was on there? The D&D Krusty's dad and daughter Krusty's. I actually met him out at the mega show in Pittsburgh, but then met him again at the Taylor show. But his main show is the Taylor show. Cheryl Garcia goes to the show as often as she
Mm-hmm.
can. Some other people. So had a lot of people on there. So it's very, very similar. They're all different venues and different things, and it's just a different experience. And so that's why I love going to all of them. And it's a really nice drive. Um, just driving out, I mean, it's good visibility drive, but it's just take a couple hours and drive. Jen and I love to go um, uh, driving and what have you, and we take the time, listen to the radio, we talk, and so it's a good time for the family.
Okay.
Abigail absolutely loves driving in the car. She just enjoys it. She does not like stopping. She doesn't like being. Sometimes she likes a show and sometimes she doesn't. It depends on the ceiling. There's something weird with ceilings in her. So I'm just trying to fill time here, obviously. But if the ceiling is too high or too peaked, the Chicago show, she didn't get bothered by it because there's so much divisions between the different rows. But when you get to a show that's really tall and doesn't have any divisions in it, she's really bothered by that. So we don't actually take her into that, but she really enjoys the show. So
Okay.
she enjoys the trip. And so, yeah, she loves the trip. She loves it when it's sunny. She loves it when it rains. She loves it. I mean, any kind of weather, I don't like it when it snows or rains, but because the visibility can get really challenging. But anyways, let's see what else everyone has to say. Oh, he's been thinking about traveling alone. What have you? All the months. Right. And
Chris is asking, Sean, do you notice the difference in drivers from Michigan to Ohio? He's saying that Ohio drivers are much better.
Let's just say I agree with Chris.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I don't know if it's because the stuff that's been legal there for a lot longer or what have you, but the Michigan drivers are different. Very challenging. But I only have to spend 30 minutes or an hour and a half or at most in Michigan. It's a 2-hour drive out to Toledo. It's proper. When you look at Ohio, I'm on the east side of Ohio, top of Ohio. You go across Ohio all the way to Toledo, which is the northwest corner. Essentially, it's not really, but that leads up to Michigan, Route 75 up to Michigan, or 280 to 75, and so it's So I spend a lot more time in Ohio than I do, even when you go to Pennsylvania. Even Pittsburgh is right kind of on the border of Ohio and Pennsylvania. So it's really western Pennsylvania, so you don't have to spend a lot of time there.
All right, Sean, I figured out my announcement.
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt your train of thought, but I figured out my announcement.
The train derailed hours ago, Bill, so there you go.
I regret to inform that I'm not going to be able to go to Animal Con this year. So everybody, if you were wanting to meet me at Animal Con, I am very sorry to say I'm not going to be able to go. And so I just need to tell that on as many platforms as possible to make sure.
Because I was going to go this year, Bill.
No,
I didn't go last year because I got that imported things we haven't talked about yet.
No.
And
no,
so it's been almost a year since I've had those, but
well, all right. So this is the also change, but because of what changed and family things shifted, that means I will be able to go to Clint's Reptiles Room 5th anniversary special event at the end of September.
When is that?
That is September 27th and 28th. It's a Friday and Saturday at the end of September, and I will be able to go to that now.
That's awesome. Clint's Reptiles is incredible. I've had him on the show. We talked about him, and he was actually in the chat. So he is just an incredible guy. I'm jealous that you're so much closer than I am, Bill, though, in the sense of distance. So it's
I don't know that I fly, so it's very easy for me. If you're driving,
I can't fly, Bill. I flap my arms a lot, but I can't fly.
24 hours away driving?
30.
Okay. All right.
Even at high speeds, it's at least 25, 28 hours. But all right. And that thing, Nate is asking, how's that thing doing? All of them are doing well. And you should probably be able to see them in the private Facebook group that I created, because I keep posting them every week or what have you. But
boy, things are being looser and looser here.
We were going to announce at one point a couple weeks ago, Bill, but I got this family thing going on this Saturday that I can't be there for the announcement. So,
well, how about a week from Saturday?
Let's talk offline and see what's going on. Because do we have a care sheet?
Yeah, I know, because when we do a date, I all of a sudden
my website.
I have
when I
a
wasn't looking because
I
I didn't
have a
have to, I
deliverable.
haven't given anyone control over the website, so I doubt that anyone's updated my website, the McZoo Exotic website. So all right. And he loves my chameleon of the day too, but I this week I didn't last week I didn't do much of that stuff. I just dropped off. I don't know. I wasn't feeling very good and I just didn't do anything, any of the Facebook or YouTube stuff. I didn't go to a show, so I just didn't do anything. I don't know what happened though. But I got back to it this week. I did Mondays and Tuesdays updates. I didn't do the other stuff today. But I guess I could still do it today. And I was, Instagram, you can't like put tomorrow scheduled for tomorrow. You could you could, I don't know how you do that, but you can't schedule it for tomorrow. So I always have to forget. I always end up doing it at midnight or something like that for the next day. So, all right. All right. Okay. We've got a whole bunch of things going on and I think everybody here knows what we're talking about anyways there, but people are going to watch this later and know what the heck are these people talking about. It's a particular chameleon that I have that we're going to announce at some point. No, just to tease it further. That's not probably anywhere else in the United States. And I got it from somewhere. And there you go.
Just watching Sean be on that tightrope.
Walk the tightrope. Yes. Yes, yes. We even talked about the type earlier today, but we didn't actually talk about it. We talked a little about it as we were describing my logo. So that leaves it down to 4 different types. So, and it's not Jackson's. All right, because everybody has Jackson. So, all right. I think we've done enough trouble for tonight, Bill. We'll let maybe we'll just have Elkhorn on here next week if he could
Okay,
actually make it.
let's
So
do Elkhorn. I
we
want to
can
meet
talk about
Elkhorn.
it. Yep. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. We'll talk soon.
Good night, everybody. See you on Saturday. Two Turtle Tom tomorrow. Oh no, he's taking the summer off.